Alright guys, so today we're going to start our tutorial series on HTML. So this video is going to be an introduction. I'm going to talk to you about some basic concepts or information about HTML, and then we will create our first HTML document using Notepad. And then I'm going to explain to you the basic structure of an HTML document. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it's a standard markup language for creating web pages. So it describes the structure of a web page, and a web page is actually made up of a series of HTML elements. And these HTML elements are the ones that tell the browser how to display the content on the web page. So a browser would not display the HTML elements or the HTML tag because the purpose of the browser is to actually read the HTML document and display them correctly. So a browser would not display the HTML elements, but it will use these HTML elements or HTML tags to determine how to display the HTML document. So now when it comes to displaying the HTML document or writing your HTML tags or elements or creating your HTML documents, you can do that using text editors. So you can use professional text editors like Visual Studio, IntelliJ. These are professional ones. Or you can use online editors like CodePen. We are going to be using CodePen throughout this tutorial series. Or if you want a simple text editor, that's really easy to use, you can do that using Notepad. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to open my Notepad, and inside the Notepad, I'm going to write down the structure of an HTML document. We will start with the doc type. So we say doc type HTML. This doc type element defines that this document is an HTML document. And then we have another element that is the HTML tag. So when you open a tag in HTML, you also need to add an ending tag like this. So the HTML element or tag is the root element of an HTML page. And inside, we will add a head tag, and I will close the head tag, which will contain all the meta information about the HTML page. That would be informations like the title of the page. If you want to add a link to your CSS, that would be inside the head tag, or you want to add a link to your Bootstrap or JavaScript as well, you will add it in the head tag. So here, what we're going to do is to add a title tag. So as usual, I'm going to write the opening tag, and in here, I'm going to say page title, and I will close my title tag like this. So this title tag will specify a title for the HTML page, and this title would show inside the browser's title bar or inside the page tab. So right after the head tag here, you will add the body tag, and it's a container for all the visible contents of your web page. The paragraphs, the headings, the hyperlinks, tables, everything that you want visible for the end user to show on, the web page will be put inside the body tag. So for example, inside the body here, we can add an H2 heading and say hello world, and then we'll close the H2 tag like this. And we can also add a paragraph tag and say this is a paragraph like this, and close the P tag. In HTML, when you open tag, you need to close it, and the content of the tag must go in between the start tag and the end tag. So that's basically the rule. So now here is your HTML document. What can you do if you want to actually run it and show the content of this HTML document on your web browser? What can you do? What you have to do is that you need to save this particular file in a particular format. So like if I say save here, so I will have a window that would show on the screen, and I want to save it into my HTML project here, and I will call it HTML basic. So we are going to save it into HTML format. So if you save it into text format, you won't be able to open it in your browser, but you have to save it in HTML format so that you will be able to open this particular HTML document in your web browser. So when I say save, now it's going to save it. So I can see here inside my HTML project, I have my HTML basic file, and you can see the Google Chrome browser icon shown here. So if I click on it, it will open the content of my HTML document into my browser. So as you can see here, you have page title, which is the title that we gave to our HTML document, and you have hello world. This is a paragraph. So just to be sure, if I come back to my Notepad HTML document here, and if I change the title, I say this is the title, for example, and then Control S to save, and that will come and open my browser. And if I refresh, you can see that the title of the page has changed. All right. So guys, that was it for the introduction. We'll cut the video here, and I hope it was informative. Let's meet in the next video where we are going to talk about some basic HTML tags or elements. Let's meet in the next video.